What's up, dudes? What's going on? God damn, it's been a while. Well, it's been a long time, it feels like. What's going on? I know it's not Friday, but I can't wait any longer. I have made some killer progress. Happy to say it's done. Okay. We are ready to rock for Saturday. But who cares about Saturday? Let's not talk about Saturday right now. Let's talk about what went down, okay? First off, if you're new here, you're probably not, but a little recap. So we started with, this deserves this. I'm sorry, guys. I got to interrupt real quick. You know what that is. We don't need to talk about it. So started with this. Okay. Complete. This car has been factory wiring harness, factory guts under the dash, factory heater, core, box, all that jazz for 20 years I've owned it. Decided this was the year. Let's make it safer. Let's add to the cage. Let's rewire this sucker. Let's make it right. Let's make it a race car. Let's make it a tool for winning. Okay. I've had a great run with it. It's done me well. But it's been super duper hazardous. Super. So I was able to financially, finally, this year, throw some money at it, do the right things for it. And I am freaking ecstatic. Okay. Always wanted a car like this. Always wanted a car that I felt was the right tool for the job. Okay. And I think I'm getting there. So you guys remember what I started with. Pulled out all that junk. Pulled out that ginormous thing. Some miscellaneous wiring just from screw-ups over the years. And I guess I shouldn't call them screw-ups. I guess it was stuff I was young. I didn't know any better. Doing stuff on my own. I've been doing this on my own forever. You know, with the helping hands of a couple friends that are knowledgeable in this stuff. And thanks to them, I've been successful. In my eyes, successful. But now it's time to get serious. So here we are. So without further ado, I shared a picture yesterday just because I couldn't handle myself. But here we go. So complete. What you have, again, in case you're new here, K&R board with everything here. My ignition, everything's here. I run a basic ignition 6L with a boost timing master, 2-step, yada yada. I did have to add a little 4-circuit guy. I only used 2 of them, but whatever. That's fused for headlights, turn signals, that kind of stuff. The K&R board is not really like street car friendly, as I would call it. But that's fine. It controls everything else. And there's outputs for delay box, which my future could hold. Who knows? So that's fantastic. That's all there. It's a kick-ass board. And I've preached this up and down. If you're going to rewire a car, this is awesome. I am so happy I found this product. It was a great learning experience, even though I'm an electrician by trade. This was something new for me, and it was fun. I really enjoyed it. And I also did learn a lot of too. And there's a lot of things that I did here that I would do differently. Yes, I left them because they're fine. But now that I've done it, and I've stared at it for months, you know, I look at it and I go, maybe I should have ran it this way, you know, or whatever. So, but a great learning curve. Loved it. Would do it again in a heartbeat. So that's that. That shiny bastard. New shifter from Precision Performance Products with their mount as well. As you can see, I got rid of the factory center console. I chopped it right there. Bent up some sheet metal. Actually had it powder coated, but I had to kind of chop the sheet metal up a little bit, which in turn screwed the powder coat up. So I had some carbon fiber vinyl laying around, so I laid that on there. It actually looks pretty good. So that's done. I do got to do something a little bit different here. It keeps wanting to pop up, so I'll dick with that later. I made these brackets here for the shifter. This is just some stainless, some thin stuff. I couldn't tell you the gauge offhand, but bent these up. Someone I think does make a handle for the precision shifter that's got a button on it, but I got trans brake, lock up for the torque converter for street duty. And then line lock over here is on a toggle. I'm a toggle guy when it comes to line lock. Frowned upon, I get it, but that's what I did. I gotta take that out. Sorry. Anyways, line lock on a toggle. My boost retard knob here. Holly dash software in there that saves if I was to data log anything or whatever, it saves it all right there. Obviously wideband. The dash is just a factory bullshit dash that I used the Duplicolor spray on it. It's like it does okay. It's not great. I mean, you can kind of see for some reason the can I bought sprayed like assholes. So, but whatever, it's fine. It looks better than what it did. But probably the biggest and most important thing that happened here was the cage. American Race Cars freaking rocked it out, dude. I cannot thank these guys enough. I bought a pre-bent runner kit from S&W Race Cars. So that's the bar that runs all the way down. Okay, there's no hoop here. It's a bar that goes from your main hoop, runs. Sorry, I am a terrible camera guy. Main hoop goes all the way down your A-pillar here, down to the speaker holes, down to the floor. Okay. So, and it comes with the dash bar goes across, and it comes with the roof bar up here. It's all pre-bent. Yes, you have to cut and notch, but they had good things to say about the kit. The guys in American Race Cars, it's mild steel too. I think you can get a chromoly if you want it. But what they did have to do was they did have to cut my old door bars out. They were not. It could have worked, but they felt safety-wise, let's do the right thing. They cut the door bars out. They ran these all the way down to the floor with new floor plates. Put me some new door bars in, and just absolutely killed it, man. Like I just can't. That's my favorite part of the car. And as stupid as that sounds, it just is. I don't know why, but I freaking love it. I almost hated to paint it because their welds are just insane. So that's that. So we are safe. We are ready to rock. We are legal to do as fast as this car will go. It's definitely not a problem now. It wasn't a problem before, but now it's a lot safer. Nothing's changed seat wise here. Still got the Scott Rod panel here, which is clearly needs cleaned off. Got the dash back together. I don't use the key anymore. The only thing the key does is if I was to spin it back, it would lock the steering wheel, but it doesn't do anything. So that's just there. Everything is up here in this big, beautiful bastard. This K&R switchboard. This also comes with their kits. It's plug and play. You literally run the cord down to their board and plug it in. Like I said, I can't speak highly enough of that kit either. Stupid simple. I so happy I found that kit. What I did do, I got rid of the factory headliner. Many reasons, or I should say main reason being, I knew the cage was going to go in. There's a good chance I was never going to get to it again, be able to put it in, so whatever. So I spray bombed the roof. I actually fabbed up this bracket here, again, out of a chunk of that flat stainless. Put it on a little brake, bent it down, riveted this in place, put me a couple dome lights in place there. As you can see, all kinds of room for activities under there now. Yes, it's still blue because that's a factory color, but you can't see it anyway, so who cares? Looks like my camera got dirty. Hi. So, that's it. All right, so moving on. We're going to go up back. Now, I said I was going to do some cosmetic things. Kind of did show some stuff here and there. As you guys remember, I didn't fix that because I'm a jackass because I forgot about it while I was doing that over there. So this will be probably sometime this summer. I'll mess with that. But I did fix that mess over there with some, which turned out freaking awesome as well. You know, I was able to take my time on it. Last year I completely bombed it, and I think a majority of it was my fault. It's because I rushed it. So that's what you get for rushing shit. So took my time on it, and for some rattle can paint and clear, I'm happy, dude. Turned out pretty good. So that I have talked about it and shown it before. Turned out not bad. Yes, you can see orange peel. Guys, it came out of a freaking rattle can. Relax, okay? It could be cut and buff more. I'm fully aware of that. And again, I get it. it's not a professional paint job. I don't care, because it's going to look awesome going down the track. That's all I care about. So, so that's that. Here's the view from the driver's side. I was able to keep the factory headlight switch and utilize it. I was also able to keep the factory turn signal switch and utilize it. The brights work as well. Matter of fact, let's just turn some power on and just show you. This new American Race Cars little handle there for the push rod is mighty fine, if I do say so myself. They got them on their website. Get you one. So power's on. When the power is on, you see the board lights up. Let's talk about this board real quick. Here's the beauty of the K&R kits. This is why I like these so much. They're all lit up. If any of these fuses blow at all, and they're all labeled as what they are, that light goes off. There's no question. If you got something going wrong, you got a delay box that goes off, your ignition dies, this auxiliary feed, this is for my wideband. If that was to go off, the fuse would be blown. I would know this. Easy access and easy troubleshooting, which is freaking huge, especially at a racetrack. Going rounds and something goes wrong, you know, you luckily win the round when something goes wrong. You get back, you can start troubleshooting right away. Quick, you know. Huge. So, back to that. Power on. So, show you guys that I got the factory headlight switch to work. So, parking lights are on. You can kind of see them turning on. There's the headlights. There's the brights. Okay. The only thing I didn't get to work was the pass, or just a flash. You know what I mean? I don't know. I thought I wired everything correctly, but clearly I didn't. And whatever. No biggie. Running lights out back. All good in the hood. The brake lights, looking mighty fine. So that's it. I was able to keep the factory thing. Super excited about that. So let's talk about this switch panel here. So the K&R switch panel, obviously you have your start. You have ignition, which I have wired to my Holly dash, which will light my dash up. And then what's kind of cool about this, your fuel pump won't turn on. Okay? It will not turn on until your ignition is on. So kind of cool. You got water pump, if you still have it, fan, and then auxiliary. Now auxiliary, what I did with auxiliary is my wideband. So quick backstory on that. Reason I did my wideband and auxiliary was about, I don't know, 4 years ago. I was burning up O2 sensors for the wideband, I think 2 a year. And I could not understand what the hell was going on. I thought it was like a short in the wiring or something, because, well, I mean, you've seen the goddamn wiring I was in the thing. What I found out was when I cold start this thing, tons of moisture flies out of it, okay? It's just got the short downpipe off the turbo. It's not a head gasket issue, so don't even start that bullshit. But it's just every time I cold start it, moisture. So what I found was I was actually shocking the sensor, and what happens is when that moisture hits the sensor, it's trying to heat up. When it first turns on, it shocks it. And it turns, burns the sensor up. So that's what was going on. I was burning the freaking sensors up. So what I do now, I fire the car up. I let it warm up, not quite to temp, but I let it warm up. And then I turn my wideband on, which is awesome. I haven't put a sensor in it now in a couple years at least. So it's been working great, so I stuck with that. So that's what my auxiliary is. Let's talk about lighting now. For interior, what I did was I ran an LED strip all the way. You can almost kind of see it through there. All the way across my dash bar. I stuck it to the bottom, zip tied it, yada yada. So that's a nice bright white LED for my feet, or if I need to check on some wiring back there or whatever. It's kick ass. There's my dome light I made. Nice and bright in here. Looking at time slips going from the ticket booth or whatever, you know. Or drop something, you know, so be it. I also added for just lights. Oh yeah. It's party time, baby. Completely unnecessary. I'm fully aware. The really funny thing about these lights is I could program them on my phone, and I can make them react to music if I had a stereo in here. But like if the car's running and then it's shaking and it's vibrating and everything, the lights will actually change colors and everything. It's hilarious. So again, 150% unnecessary. I'm aware of that, but just something I wanted to do, and it cracked me up. So that's it. So that's what I got up here. Again, I can't stress to you enough, this was such a simple install, such a nice kit from K&R, man. Like the switchboard, everything is solid. No complaints. Not a single one. Let's move on out back with my American Race Cars accessory here. I redid the back of the car too. So, not a ton changed, other than it just looks better. It's cleaner. Like the Skyride panel's still there. But what I did was it was a pre-cut carpet. I want to say it was like from LMR or something like that from years ago. And I had the Mustang logo like right in the center. Well, when I put the fuel cell in the car, it was sheet metal, fuel cell underneath, and then the door, well, I cut like the Mustang logo like in half. It looked dumb as hell. And it's been like that forever. So I got tired of looking at it, and I knew I was going to have time. So I said, screw it, let's take care of that. So yanked that out, cleaned everything up. Bought this carpet this is actually stuff from Menards. You can buy it by the foot. Actually spray glued it down, and most, not the whole thing, but in like the solid areas here. Spray glued it down, and it looks just really freaking nice. Pulled the door off, redid the door, painted it, polished up the screws, put that back in. Redid my rollover vent here too, just through a 90 with a new hose on it. Got it, you know, a lot cleaner looking. If you're asking if that is legal for tech or anything, because maybe you're considering it, yes, it is legal. It's past tech every single time. I'm not a huge fan of the bulkheads for hatchback cars, so this was my next option, and I'm really happy with it. It turned out really nice, and it's past tech for, gosh, I think it's been this way for, I don't know, over 10 years at least. Had a buddy do it for me, and it's been fine. So redid some of the wiring back here. This is the fuse for the alternator, because it's got a ginormous alternator on it. Did some of that stuff there, yada yada. Added a new digital volt gauge, which looks like my battery voltage is not too happy right now, but that's fine. So added that, and again, that was nothing I had to do, but it was stuff that, like, I had all this apart, had all the wiring apart in here and everything, cleaned all this up, and threw different coat of paint on the current bars and all that. So, you know, the gauge was like $8 or something stupid, so took care of that. So that's that, guys. Oh, the other thing some people laugh about is I actually have shocks on here. If anybody's raced with me in the last 10 years, they know that I had vice grips that I always clicked on over there, and I kept them in the corner. So I put new shocks on the hatch. Oh, something else I was really excited about. Forgot to show you this. I fabbed up this light. Just an LED, white LED, ran through the hatch, and I have a toggle switch down here. Hey, gotta turn the battery on, dude. Boom. Fuel cell light for fueling up at night, man. So again, I did a lot of unnecessary stuff, but it's little things like this really crack me up, and they're just cool little gadgets, you know what I mean? So here's the view from back here a little bit. So that's really the gist, guys. I mean, it's done. It runs, it drives, gets on the trans brake, everything's cool. What a project. I don't want to say it was hard. Again, I said it before, I would do it again in a heartbeat. Totally. It was very, very rewarding to do it. And maybe it was because I knew it was such a long time coming too. Maybe that's why it was so rewarding for me. But to see the outcome of it, it just, I don't know, man. I've posted about this too, like even when I brought it home. I've always wanted this car, or I wanted a car that I felt worthy, or what I mean by that is something that I think that I can win in, okay? I've never felt like I could win in this car. Maybe like 2 races, and then the one time is when the 2-step came unplugged, and then I punched a goddamn roof. So, you know, felt like an asshole. So I really feel like now I'm confident in the wiring. I'm confident in the chassis. I'm as confident as I can be in the motor and everything. You guys know how that is with this thing. So, and hopefully in the next year or two, that can change. Hopefully I can get this 351 built, and I know it's going to be stout, and I can still run the same classes that I run, and it'll be a motor I don't got to worry about. You know what I mean? So that's that. I guess I could show you. I got a couple of the pieces that they cut out. All right, guys, sorry about that. Had to assist the kiddo with something, but I think what I was talking about was what was cut out of here, what was in here, and it was, again, no dig on who did it. Most people know who did it, but whatever. It's not a big deal. We were young. We didn't know any better. This is what it is. So this is what was cut out of here. I believe the kit originally was a Jegs pre-bent kit, which I think was a Competition Engineering. I think they were like the same brandish kind of thing. But that was like the main hoop, door bars, doors that go out back. But this is the kit that was in it, the plates that came with it. As you can see, less than desirable. It wasn't in held with a lot. So it would have been okay for something minor. But I think if it was a bad wreck, I don't think they would have held. And again, that's not a dig at who did it. It's not a big deal. It did its job for a long time, many years. So, but that's it, guys. This Saturday, this whole weekend, Dragway 42 is the first Index Series race, race 1 and 2, Saturday and Sunday. I'm watching the weather hard. There's a 40% chance of rain for Saturday. I'm still going to tow Saturday. I'll be down there Saturday for sure. I was going to stay the night Saturday, but there's a 90% chance of thunderstorms Sunday, which, if you're following the weather right now, there's a huge temperature swing coming, which is that front coming in, that cold front, so which is going to bring rain. So I doubt I'll be there Sunday. To me, it doesn't make sense to stay the night for that. But I'll be there Saturday, racing 650 Index, Dragway 42, West Salem, Ohio. I have a couple stickers with me. I think I might even have a hat or two left over if you guys are interested. Or if you just want to bullshit. If you see me, white enclosed trailer, the Edge Racing on the back thing, you see the orange car, come say hey, guys. Don't be afraid. I love the bullshit. As long as I got time, I'll bullshit with you. Shoot the shit, bench race, that kind of stuff. So that's that, guys. We're done. This car's ready to rock, and I am super excited to see what happens. So stay tuned. I'm going to try to post from the track Saturday. I don't know how the reception is going to be out there. I'm not sure. But I'll definitely try to be post updates and all that kind of stuff. Qualifiers. I think I get 2 qualifiers, and then it goes right into elimination. So I'll let you guys know. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good, what's today? Oh my God. Wednesday? I'm going to post this tomorrow. So